Hey guys, go from my color screen here. If you like your weather widgets and customization, this is the video for you. Today I'm going to show you some cool weather widgets as well as a cool weather background, as you can see here, but we'll get to that a little bit later. If you want to see your full week's weather forecast as well as a live update of the current temperatures in the same widget, there's an application called Fancy Widgets Weather, and as you can see when you click on it, you get an HTC Sense style weather preview. And there's a whole bunch of skins that we can add and a whole bunch of options which we'll go through in a second. So as you can see, I've got the Google Now clock skin, and if we keep scrolling through, we can see there's some online skins that people have made themselves and submitted, and you can put these on whenever you like. So it's pretty cool how this application has a theming community as well. So digging a little bit deeper, if we go into the weather skins, we can see there's some CygenMod 9 based looks and feels, also another Google Now one, and basically there's just a whole array of different styles, and there's probably going to be something for everyone. So if you just have a look through, you'll probably find something that you like, so it's worth just looking to see what's out there. So if you go into the main menu, we can see we have more settings here. So let's just go into appearance settings, so you can customize the look and feel. So you can see we have different generic settings to change things such as the transparency and text colors and even the layout. Okay, the next widget we have is something called Eye in the Sky, and there's 4 different categories: cities, forecast, icon and temperature. Let's have a look at cities. So if we open it up, this is how it looks like, and we can see we can change the background color and change the transparency. I like to have it all the way to set to transparent so you can't really see the widget itself. If you didn't have it in transparency, you can add rounded corners if you like. We can change the text color, and so when we set it up on the screen, this is basically how it looks like. We can drag it around and resize it just like you would any other widget, and everything stays together. So let's expand it, and this is how it looks like. So it's not too bad, but as we can see, the text doesn't really suit the background there. It's a bit dark, so if we want, we can switch that up and change the text to a lighter color if we so please. So this is the forecast. It just gives you a week's forecast, and it's as simple as that. So as I was saying earlier, we can set the text color as well, so we've set it to a nice white so it shows up better on the background. But in addition to this, we can actually change the actual weather icons themselves. So if we go along and choose realistic, we can see that they all change to more of a slightly realistic representation, but we just want to change it to something light. So if you go and click on that, now the clouds are white as well as the text. When we go back, so now we can see the white text and white icons show up a lot nicer against our blue background than before with the black text and black icons. So when we want to resize it lengthways, we can do this quite easily, and when we do this, it just actually respaces the amount of distance between each one of the weather forecast days. So that's quite handy in that respect. So if you go to the icon mode, it's just a pictorial representation of the day. Likewise, if you go to the temperature, it's just a numerical temperature figure. So if you guys want, you can go along and have fun with those 2 widgets. But onto the background, which is probably what you're wondering about. It's a live wallpaper called Blue Skies, and it's free from the marketplace, although there is a paid version which has slightly more options, which you can see there's a lot of here. But despite that, it's a fairly straightforward application, and I'm not going to go through all the options. I'm just going to let you discover that for yourself when you download it. But what is interesting is a mode called Time of Day. So what this actually uses is the real-time clock on the device itself, so it changes the appearance of the background respective to the time. So say if it was midnight, you would have the moon rising, and if it was sunrise, you'd have the sun rising, and likewise for any time of day. And it's quite cool, and as you can see, I'm just showing you a live preview of the actual cycle, and it's called a fast day, so it just fast tracks the time, and just to give you a sense of how it looks like. So all in all, it's a pretty cool experience to have this live wallpaper combined with some pretty awesome weather widgets. So hopefully you enjoyed that video and you got something out of it, and I will see you next time for another video. Cheers!